You've clicked it.
I've clicked the button.
They click now?
No,
Sorry, I
the
realized
moment of truth.
I realized that joke wasn't funny, but like I made it anyway.
That's crazy, dog.
That's basically our profession here, yes.
Realizing the joke isn't funny and
Yeah.
then saying the joke.
Saying it anyway, because ha 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 ha. Alright, let me do the announcing.
Funny.
I could change my name in the Roll20, but I think it's actually kind of fitting.
I could change mine, but I think that it's rather reflective of me as a human being.
I can't! Because it took my eyes.
You're all very silly. Hey everybody.
No.
Yes, welcome everybody to Destruction Bench Agreement Downtimes / short stories.
Woo!
This is a spin-off series of side stories happening in universe of Destruction Bench Agreement, which is our weekly tabletop RPG podcast set in the anime campaign Epithet System. Yeah.
Isn't it
I'm
podcast?
not as good as this is delays.
Each
She
week we
usually
have a
says
revolving
podcast.
broadcast. No?
She doesn't?
No.
It's like a web
Hey, guys.
series.
This is not, everyone, this is not a podcast, because there is a visual component, as I've now realized.
As I've been alerted to.
I can't tell because they also took my eyes after they took JB's eyes.
Yeah. It's a pity, really.
But yeah, in this particular short story, we're gonna be focusing on the three chuckle fucks you see before you. First of all, I'm Iris. Hello, I'm the pseudo GM for this for these proceedings. But more importantly, we've got some friends here. First of all, we have Scarlet.
Hi, that one's me. I'm playing the Astra. She has an accent, and that is her one defining character trait.
Yeah,
There
that's
is-
it. There's no
Because you see-
personality.
Because you see, that's all I can remember because I am an amnesiac. It really is just that simple.
This accent is my corest of core memories.
I mean, I remember the human language. I remember I can speak it, if not poorly.
We also have James.
Hi, I'm James. I'm the reason this shit is happening. Hello, I'm
Thanks,
also
James.
a streamer. You're welcome. So if there's any audio issues or whatever, scream at me. Maybe I'll see it. With the eyes I definitely have.
And finally, a person who almost certainly, just based on statistics, has eyes. It's Zanza.
Yes, hello, I'm Zanza. I, in fact, have a couple spare sets of eyes if any of you need them. They come in all different shapes and sizes.
We all took the sociology course where it's everyone look to your left, now look to your right. Statistically speaking, one of those people can see.
Yeah. Well, especially if you can look to your left and right, you know?
Exactly.
Alright, well, yeah, I'm
Among Us.
Zanza. I'm playing Seta, the little ghost baby child.
The baby. of
My
all
daughter.
time.
Yeah.
And Ballas, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no reason it's like that.
This is definitely not because this room was never intended to be seen.
So, everybody, if you guys are enjoying yourselves and you want to see more DBA short stories, the main series of DBA, and many, many other things that we do, and know when, where, how, why we're going live with those things, you can join our Discord server.
Does anyone
Ooh.
have the link or like?
I have it.
Shit, fuck.
Do you want it?
Yes, can you put it in the chat?
If you ask nicely.
Please.
Oh,
Not
Scarlet,
in our
I would be...
Discord server.
fine dining. Whoa,
Yeah.
there it is.
Now Zanza doesn't have to offer anything.
Thank God.
Exactly.
I was gonna be like, Scarlet, if you I would be so pleased if you didn't post it. Oh, it would wound me if you posted it in the chat. It would in fact cut down my lifespan by a couple of years.
It might be the one thing that could finish him off for doing the
Yeah.
Oh, Zanza
Come
can't
join.
finish. Anyway, yeah.
What the fuck?
and we do a lot of very cool stuff, and we're all very intelligent, as you can tell.
Yeah.
With that, I think we're ready to get this thing underway.
Woo.
So, the three of you, for as of yet unknown reasons, though perhaps you can surmise just based on how you all know each other and what you've done in the past, the three of you have been asked by a staff member, or rather just told by a staff member that there's someone here that wants to meet with you guys, and you three were generally available, so you made your way over here to the D-bag, and before you enter, you may chat amongst yourselves if you want.
So, what have you guys been up to?
Astra leans against the wall the moment that question is asked. I got a job.
Oh, nice. That's
Uh,
good.
I've just been doing school. Is it really okay to name this section of the building that?
You know, I was thinking about that earlier, but like, I found out about something a while ago, right? There's like a place in England or something, and it's called Peniston, but like the first 5 words make male genitalia, and so like including that in it's weird saying that you live in that place and like technology automatically censors you, and it's like, what do you do? Despite its different pronunciation. Anyway, it was like town on the hill for a little bit, and yeah. All this to say, I think that it's fine if it's a different, like,
The meaning is different.
exactly.
I know, but like, I mean, some people might look at the acronym and maybe misunderstand that.
I understand, sweetheart, but in this world, there are some evils that not even the greatest heroes can defeat, and the English language is one of them.
Oh yeah, the English language is shit.
How terrible.
Anyway,
Don't
will
worry,
be-
you'll learn.
Want to see me be purple? She snaps.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
You're purple now.
Mhm.
She is indeed purple now.
Anyway, I think that we should get to the, we should
Get inside, not leave
She-
our audience waiting.
thunk thunk on the door. All right, that's a knockin'. Goes to open.
All right, and as you all walk in to the Destruction Barn Grill, otherwise known as the D-bag,
Much to say.
you guys see there are a few people chilling out here, just hanging out amongst themselves, but you do recognize one familiar yet out of place face that you assume is the one who is called requested all of you.
Hello.
Ah.
Astra takes a long look around, uses the tongs to get like a bottle of grape juice. Sparkling. Cool. She cracks that bitch open by karate chopping the entire like top half of the bottle off. All right, very cool, very neat. Sits down.
Hot
Hello,
damn.
Miss Katarina was your name, right?
Yeah, just Katarina's fine. Hello.
Heyo.
Well, I'm
What?
smart.
You all right there? She's looking at how you've gotten a little messy from karate chopping a bottle in half, and beer has kind of gotten everywhere.
Don't worry.
It's juice.
It's grape juice. Also, she's already purple, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't be able to
I
tell
see.
that she has it all over her. Just look at her hair. It was probably purple anyways.
Anyway, I'm doing just peachy, don't you fear.
All right. Well, hi. Astra, Seta, and Cepheus are your names,
Yep.
I believe.
Mm-hmm. Got it in one.
So yeah, Katarina, in contrast to her icon, she's not wearing a military outfit of any kind. She's actually just kind of wearing like a kind of simple, slightly stained tank top, like with a jacket tied around her waist. Very, very much casual wear. She looks fairly tired. You imagine, for reasons that are you can probably assume, but she kind of scooches her chair forward, hands fidgeting a little bit. I guess to get right to the point, I guess you're all wondering why I've called you here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess first off, sorry, I didn't want to make this awkward, but it's awkward, isn't it? I'm making it awkward. How are you all holding up?
I'm just doing
fine.
peachy.
Oh, that's good to hear.
To repeat myself from earlier, I got a job.
She is employed now. She's part of the working
Oh.
class.
That's good to hear. I'm still working on that, but
Maybe I can offer you a little something, get you on your feet, blah blah blah.
that won't be necessary. I can generally take care of myself decently fine, but well,
Right.
I guess we'll see. Considering I'm already here to ask for a favor, I guess.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I'm
no,
sure you're wondering why.
Things.
Oh, sorry.
No, just things been peachy. Keep going. Takes a drink.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're wondering why you're seeing me again, considering how things went down before at the station. And her just bringing up the station likely causes you all to reluctantly cast your memories back to the darkness of that underwater station from a few weeks ago. It was quite the harrowing experience, to say the least. Well, I should start by sort of recapping what I've been up to and what's been going on. Obviously, as at least I stated, the researchers and security force at the station essentially turned themselves in, because I mean, it's not like they don't know that we're a part of that whole thing anyway, considering it was all broadcast for millions of people. We have been going through a lot of kind of behind closed doors court proceedings and such. I kind of had my suspicions that this wouldn't go to like a full public trial or anything like that, considering the situation with Vivacity X being a kind of a, classified organization. But I was surprised that, well, pretty much for all of us, I've gotten in touch with the others and they've all said similar things, but for me, they pretty much just took me behind, took me into a private courtroom and were like, hey, there was a lot of legal gunk I didn't understand, but essentially the result is I'm not allowed to work as a security guard anymore. I've been basically like kind of pseudo blacklisted from that kind of a thing, and my work history has been declassified, so people are going to know that I was involved with that whole incident, which isn't great, but obviously more than understandable. But no actual prison time is the main thing for me or any of the others. Now, that might not sit right with you. I don't know. I mean, you all seemed fairly understanding as to what the situation was down there and how obviously my superior, General Krasakovich and Dr. Mann were the ones mainly responsible, but even so, that doesn't erase how we were involved and we're allowing it to happen on our watch, so yeah. So that's that.
So it's all been resolved.
I wouldn't say it's that. That seems a little undercutting.
Again, as to that, well, I mean, I can't, obviously I'm biased, I can't say I'm the most upset by that result, but I don't want to come off as someone who doesn't believe that she's responsible for some of the things that were happening. And to that end, right? So I guess now we can get into why I'm talking to you all specifically, because I'm sure you're not interested in what I've been up to otherwise. But basically, so after that result came through, she starts looking side to side a bit, kind of twiddling her fingers. She seems anxious to be talking to you three, but also seems to be something else weighing on her mind as well that's making her even more nervous. So I got in touch with the others, and well, you know, I and most of them agree that, well, just because we, as far as the law is concerned, have been let off the hook for the most part, we, should just, dust off our hands of the situation. So we've wanted to coordinate with each other and get together and try to, well, I especially want to essentially try to do what...
Sorry.
Oh, Sonny, your phone went off.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's alright. No problem.
Anyway.
But we essentially want to get together and do something similar, I guess, to what the general was.
I'm sorry about that. That was a.
No, it's
You're fine.
I was called by a bot. Continue.
No, it's fine. To do what the general was trying to do, but in a less misguided way, and try to give back to people, to help them in some direct and, unambiguously good fashion that, doesn't involve all the shadowy organization stuff. So we've been working on a few different projects to basically, work with charities and outreach programs, and trying to, I think Philip is trying to actually found his own company to that end, but yeah, it's been slow going, obviously, but we're working on it. We want to give back to the community that has, well, allowed us to not go to jail and just probably waste away there.
Yay!
Yeah. But, and she finally sighs a bit, and she pulls out her phone, opens up a specific tab she seems to have pre-prepared on it, and shows it to all of you. Play that. And it is a news article, the headline of which is former Vivacity researcher found dead in her home. Foul play suspected.
Oh, damn.
And it is specifically the researcher who has seemingly been killed is it was the woman with the short purple hair, Dr. Hera. And the article, she kind of briefly scrolls through it, basically says not much is known at this point, as to whether this was connected to the incidents on the station or what happened there. But suicide at least has been ruled out.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes her phone back. So, I didn't know Dr. Hera especially well or anything, but obviously you can see that this is, you can guess that this is still kind of freaked me out, because
Yeah.
basically, so some of her belongings were taken, just some money, some jewelry, there was this ring she had, this gold ring that I think was some kind of like promise ring to some significant other of hers or another. I don't really know. I'm just going by what the article says. That was taken. So that would, lead me to think, well, maybe this was just a random thing, or maybe somebody who saw the episode felt resentful of the fact that we were let off scot-free, essentially, and wanted to get some revenge. But she kind of leans in closer across the table at you three. But Vivacity, I mean, you guys probably know even more than me from looking around this station as to what that company was involved with, but it was definitely involved in some shady stuff. Providence is well known to be a pretty, not criminal, but pretty secretive organization unto itself. And, I mean, other than Dr. Mann, she's probably the one who knew the most about how the serum, the Grove serum, worked. So, I don't know. It could very well be that the people behind all of this, either Providence or Atrium or whoever, might be trying to silence the people who knew things about the research this station was doing.
So
That's
I
not good.
imagine your desires are basically witness protection.
She rubs the side of her face. Well, kind of, I guess. Like I said, right? I'm a very independent person. I've lived pretty much my whole life on my own, for the most part, and that's not me trying to garner pity, it's just how it is.
Oh, I get you.
And I like to think I can take care of myself, but maybe it's selfish, maybe it's selfless. I mean, I guess that's probably how the general felt too. When I saw this, I felt afraid, and I like to think that fear, the majority of that fear, is from essentially not being able to, like, I guess, redeem myself, to give back in the way that I'm trying to give back. But I mean, I'm sure that sounds rich coming from me, right? So I'm sure there's some selfishness mixed in. But I don't want to be silenced. I don't want all of this to be swept under the rug. I mean, obviously, everybody saw the episode, so it's not going to fully be. But if this is them doing damage control, I don't want to be the damage they're controlling. I want to do what I can to not let this happen, and to, if not, I don't know what I can do to fight back. I don't have a plan in that regard, but I at least don't want to die having the most significant accomplishment in my life, having been that.
Well, I mean, DBA, the building in general, is a pretty safe spot despite, all the shit that happens here. But honestly, like, yeah, there's a lot of shit in the background, but I would not roll out it not just being, like, a burglary gone wrong,
Yeah.
You might be jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, I feel like the only asterisk here, or asterisk. Sorry, this is not the time to laugh at that joke. Sorry. I feel like there's something a bit weird with, like a proposal ring, something like that was taken, right? If this were a thing of revenge, I don't imagine that something like that would be taken, truth be told.
Hmm.
I really don't know. I mean, it does seem weird that if it were out of that valuables were taken, but
Exactly.
then again, maybe
So-
that's exactly why they took them.
True.
Hmm.
So
Mind games.
ultimately, ultimately, this is a matter of your safety. So, number one, witness protection stuff can still happen even if you're a criminal, so that can potentially be worked out with the local government and the like. It's a wonderful little system from what I've heard about it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I like. I'm not totally sure who I can and can't trust.
Well,
You know,
I'm
Daybreak's
good
a
with
great
that, right?
city and all, and they're mostly independent from, the US's thing. But I don't know. I'm just. It's kind of sad in a way, but you three are kind of, and the others who are involved, but not sure where they're at.
Hmm.
You guys are kind of the people I trust the most.
Well,
That's sad.
kind of scratches the back of her head a bit.
good news is, right? I've started to make my way through the ranks in the Magical Girl Society because I am quite knowledgeable on the subject of mystical items and the like. It has been a wonderful time for everyone involved, especially me because I get paid. Nonetheless, I'm sure that I can talk with other departments and get things sorted out as to protection things and the like. The only asterisk will probably be like deep questionings on your relationship to DBA. No matter how simple they are, it's been a big. They've been looking into that a lot. Like
Right.
DBA and its connections with Daybreak and etc. etc. But no one. Well, the most that I can currently offer is protection in the form of that for however long it takes. Otherwise, we can sort out a different thing, get you a bunker underneath the long fields of wheat, situate something in the no man's land between this place and the semi country that's nearby. You get me?
I mean, I guess I wasn't expecting something quite as drastic
Elaborate.
as moving house, but I mean, then again, I'm not gonna say no if you're willing to go that far.
I'm afraid to say that moving house is one of the best things you can do in regards to all this.
Well,
It's like step one of witness protection is remove from your previous housing.
I know. I'm just surprised you're willing to do that for me. I guess I'm, I'm more than okay with it if you're willing.
Her expression sours momentarily, but she, with a swig of the grape juice, picks herself up a bit. Like the sparkle. It's neat. Here's the thing, right? I'm an amnesiac, and it's an entire ass thing, right? But first and foremost, I was given another chance by a couple of people who I now really respect, and there's something in the back of my mind that just screams whenever someone betrays my trust, like it's happened 1,000 times before, or one time it felt like 1,000 times. But all that to say, right? I think you deserve another chance, and I believe that you are going to use it well, unlike the general, truth be told.
Thanks. That's more than fair. She looks over to Seta. Miss Seta.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously you're very young, if I'm not mistaken, and
yeah, I guess.
yeah, and I don't really know your whole story or situation, and you don't have to tell me, but just you did, despite your age, seem highly competent back there at the station. So
thanks.
if there's anything you can do to help, and also anything I can potentially do to help you in return, I'm all ears. I'd more than appreciate it.
I am not sure yet. I mean, I sort of hoped that all of this would sort of be sorted out by the powers that be, you know?
I get that.
But if Providence and those other people are not playing by the rules, then I'm not sure. I know I guess I'm all right, but I don't know if I quite have the ability or connections to help you out. Especially, I'm sorry. I'm sure we have people you can talk to here.
Well,
but
that's more than all right, hon. Don't worry about it. I'm just reaching out because you very well might have saved my life and the lives of everyone else after the general turned into that, whatever that was. Sorry for bringing up bad memories, but whatever happened there, you did a really kind of scary, but like really effective job at dealing with it. So thanks. You've already done more than enough just by doing that. And,
one sec, where is it? She gives a slight look to the side and a blush.
She smiles a bit. Again, anything I can do to help you out, just please. I owe you and everybody else here a lot. So
Well, again, as I mentioned, if Astra's things don't work out, the staying around the building here, like, lots of people hobo it up in this building, and honestly, it's probably one of the safer places in this goddamn city.
That's fair. If it could be arranged, I'd prefer to be somewhere else, because, like, here's the thing, right? I'll just be honest here. I hate fighting. I don't. Violence ain't really my thing. When everything went bad. Yeah, I know it is. When everything went bad and I had to fire my gun for the first time, I was it shook me pretty bad. And as far as DBA goes, I mean, on one hand, I've looked into it, right? And on one hand, yes, they are very generous with who they let stay here, but on the other hand, you're very liable to get caught up in the whole thing you guys are sort of doing, and not right now, at least. I kind of want to avoid danger.
Gotcha.
For the moment.
Well, then Astra's offer's probably your best bet.
If you're willing, then yeah, I'd be down to be relocated, and I don't know too much about the magical girls, but any help they can give me would be great, and I'll do my best in return too.
I don't know if I'm going to manage to be able to get you such things, but I will at least try.
That's already more than I can rightly ask for, honestly, and I'm glad you guys are even hearing me out at all, to be honest, so.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep in touch, if you want, on anything else that happens, if any other bad things happen or whatever. But, yeah. I know DBA has, I haven't heard the specifics, but I know that you've all had dealings with Atrium before as well, and
Yeah.
frankly, I mean, from what I know, they're just a, science and epithetical research company, but I mean, the sheer fact that they were involved with Dr. Mann and that whole thing, kind of maybe taints them in my eyes just a little bit. So if there's anything I can do with that, I mean, again, I don't know much, but I'm just trying to look for ways I can repay the favor.
Don't worry. We can sort out how you pay us back in time once we understand what is getting paid on both sides, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
So all that to say, I'll see what I can do.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. Unless anybody has any other questions or anything,
Don't think so.
That'll probably do it for now.
Not on my end.
Yep. Think we're all good. Right, Seta?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, in the meantime, I guess I'll be locking my doors. She kind of claps her hands together and stands up.
Sleep under your bed. People are less likely to look there.
Do you know that from experience,
really a
Astra?
All right, say you break into a house and the person ain't there. Is your first thought they have relocated temporarily, or they are hiding under their bed like a 40-year-old?
I
guess
that's fair.
I mean, honestly, that kind of makes sense. She like puts a finger up to her lips, like, I need to think about that.
Might help if you make some stuff be in boxes so it looks like you're in the process of moving.
People always underestimate the great, grandiose intellect of Astra Astrington. That's not my last name. I've had to answer that like 4 times. People recognize me on the street. Hey, it's Astra. What's your last name? I don't fucking have one. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked again.
You're like the ADHD ever.
Listen, I just... Never mind. So,
Continue.
all this to say, I'll see what I can do in my own little sect of the world. Keep yourself safe in the meanwhile. It'll be great.
Thanks. She stands up and seems to just like nod to each of you in turn, very very stoically and almost like in an official manner, and would at that point wave and take her leave.
Well then, that I guess is a thing that's happening.
I think that we are just cool all around. Sorry, I blanked a minute. Sorry, continue.
Just nothing. Just small talk. Guess we should all head home, right? Do either of you need like a ride? He kind of just like pulls out the world's most gaudy keychain and spins it on his finger.
I'm fine.
I could potentially use a ride. I mean, I could just use the bus though.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, right, as Cepheus is swinging around to this very gaudy keychain, Astra, I feel like you are, no offense to our little baby here, right? I feel like Astra's the slightly more likely one to notice this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, on that keychain, there are several various gaudy, hot boy things attached to it. However, one of them is a ring. And it's a ring that strikes you as being very similar, if not identical, to the ring that you just saw a moment ago. Like, you would never normally notice something like this. You know, you're not like a jewelry person, I don't imagine. But you just saw it a moment ago in the article as that Katarina showed you.
Astra freezes for a second, finishes off her grape juice, stands up. Anyway, getting married, Sif?
Oh, what about it? What? I don't have like a
points to
You have
partner.
a ring.
Oh yeah, I just kind of like, you know, trash goblin things. I get random pieces of jewelry and stick them on my keychain.
That's a bit more than random jewelry, if you ask me.
You find all
personally.
kinds of things at like estate sales and thrift stores. You'd be surprised.
Well, can I indulge? Can Auntie Astra indulge y'all in a little story?
Oh yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. She properly finishes off the grape juice. You know, my dear sweet pal C.
You know the tale of Darth Plagueis the one. Sorry.
So there's a thing in the Magical Girl Society in which people sit down and take notes in regards to particular episodes, right?
Yeah.
And that is for a variety of reasons, primarily keeping things up to date. And in whatever number it was, I think the title was Sins Beneath the Sea. There was a funny little thing,
Oh yeah.
right?
Mhm.
What was the name of the other girl, purple hair?
The scientist lady who died. Hera.
Yeah, Hera. She turns around, and whilst I do not have an icon for this, Astra does take off her eye patch. Her other eye is perfectly fine. Cepheus,
Yeah.
last I recall, you commented to that woman that if I find out that you lie to me, I'm gonna kill you, right?
No, I said I'd make her regret it. You know, it's just, you know, stancing up. You know, trying to get someone to say something by giving a little bitty of caution.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
So it was by coincidence that they show up a couple weeks later dead?
Yeah, exactly.
What did you do to regret them? What did you do to make them regret it? Huh?
Oh, nothing. I just said that I'd make her regret it. You know, sometimes you just say things. Like when you tell someone you'll see them later, but you don't see them for like 40 years, you know?
I mean, I can't quite relate to that. Whenever I make a promise like that, I always schedule it on my planner and make sure that it. But
that's because you're a baby.
But I'm not. But
how old are you? Like 4?
I am a whole decade older than that.
See?
Yes.
We are getting sidetracked.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The point is, I'm getting a weird feeling from this conversation.
No, it's fine, Seta. Astra's just, you know, trying to, you know, a lot of stress is happening, so, you know, trying to connect anything she can. You know, there's nothing to worry about. You know, there's big mysteries that you gotta cover all your bases, and I get it. I understand, Astra, but I'm not involved, okay?
As they've been doing this little piece of conversing, Astra has just been tapping away at her phone idly. Right, of course. I'd never dream of you doing such a thing.
What you doing there, bud? Oh, Lord!
So, Astra drops the phone, and in the span of a second, Cepheus is against the motherfucking wall with Astra just holding the little son of a bitch by the scruff of his shirt. Dear sweetheart Ceph. I try my hardest to be patient with everyone I meet. But I can tell there's something here that ain't adding up, alright? So please do illuminate me as to the whole story.
Alright. 1, I'm usually more into men but hot. 2, I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Then what is that ring doing?
I told you, I just got it from like an estate sale or something. It's
Can
been
you
a
do
while.
me a huge favor, Sif? Find exactly where you got it from?
I mean, I can try, but I would have to, not be up against a wall, and it might take a while.
How long would you say?
I mean,
Shouldn't be that long, right? I remember with premium efficiency, beautiful clarity where I'd find a catch such as that, right? And people throw away receipts all the time, except for businesses, buying, selling, etc., etc. I would love to know where exactly you got that. Because where I'm sitting, I'm looking at you, Sif, and the things that's coming to mind ain't good for your side of the story, okay?
Alright. So you want me to get proof of purchase? Why, you want to get your own? Got someone you're gonna propose to?
Aw, Sif, I'd love more than anything to propose to someone with that ring, you know?
Well, do you want it? You can have it.
I'm not sure how I feel about you pawning off evidence onto me.
I don't know what you mean by evidence. It's just a ring.
Why are you smiling so much, huh?
That's
I can
funny.
hear it. Someone got killed. Someone's life was just snuffed out, and you're telling me that's funny.
And you're laughing.
Well, maybe it's just karma, Even if I'm not involved, it's not like it's a bad thing. They didn't get the justice they deserved. What justice is there for the kids that they killed, huh? Especially when she was directly involved as one of the primary scientists in the situation down there. Are you really gonna tell me that it's a pity that she was the one who died?
It was never about pity. It was about finding the perpetrator, about finding someone who done did a murder.
People die all the
'Cause ultimately-
time.
But I think that this is a little bit of a suspicious circumstance. I'm sure that a smart man such as you can see all the signs pointing, right?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. What a fun little half-truth that is, huh?
Half-truths are kind of all over the place in this place, Does anyone really say what's the truth? What is the truth, really, when you get down to it?
What's Seta doing while this is going on?
Her state of mind has slowly been shifted from concern to panicked confusion to maybe the wheels turning in her head, and she's getting a little scared of this situation and what it could mean.
I hate to break this out, but where were you on the night of the murder, if I may inquire?
I was getting some burgers, probably. What day was it? Does the math in his head.
That should be a Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah, I was picking up some burgers for my little sis and some ice cream, too. She's got a bit of a sweet tooth.
Really now?
Yep.
Out and about, then. That sounds just peachy.
That tends to be the case.
Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting.
If I just get you the proof of purchase or whatever shit, will you just, back off?
You get me the proof of purchase? She just drops the grip she had on the shirt. Then you're off my list of suspects, I feel. But she takes a step back and then hops into the chair practically. I'm not gonna forget this conversation.
Alright.
She leans in a bit curious. There have been a couple of things about that place that never quite added up to me, you little kleptomaniac.
How
And if you
so?
turn out, it's a small thing, right? But I do find myself to be rather sensitive when it comes to power spikes, right? And it's something that comes from, she taps on her glass. Something that comes from this, right? So, if I may so ask, did you feel a sudden sort of burst of power when we were dealing with the kid in the submarine and all?
When we were sinking?
Something like that.
I think I vaguely recall something like that. I mean, there was so much happening at once, it's a little hard to stitch everything together.
I had to basically kill a kid. I did not forget it. Didn't forget that past hour, even though half of it was spent doing nothing. And I thought long and hard about who could do something like that, and I don't know the status of epithets on cat and such, so it was really only just the people there that I could keep track of. But I don't think that anyone else here, anyone else in the party at the time, would be able to pull a magic trick such as that out of their ass. Anyone but you is a problem.
Well, what about me?
Again, what about you? What a fun little question that is.
What do you even know about me? You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Oh, no. But I do know you're a bit of a kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
I do know that you collect things.
I don't know what that has to do with the submarine, though.
You were fighting for your life there.
I think we all were.
And when lives are on the line, their people's true selves tend to pop out. That's why it's so often that a deathbed confession exists, right?
Blackberry, who seemed concerned that there was some kind of a scuffle going on. She doesn't seem like she wants to like get, snoop and interfere in whatever is going on, but she does at least put a hand on Seta's shoulder, like comfortingly for a bit.
She seems to appreciate that.
Well, Astra, if you're implying what I think you're implying here, then why would you accuse the supposed person who helped you all get out of that situation with some sort of, quote, spike of power? Why would you accuse them of doing something so horrible as this,
Because I think that you're hiding something a bit more grandiose than just where you were at that time, right?
Everyone has their secrets. You've probably got yours.
That's fair assessment, for the most part. My secrets are more in the form of, oops, can't remember stuff. Ain't that just a coincidence? Ain't that just a funny little thing? But, all this to say, what am I trying to say here, right? I don't think you're telling us the whole story. I think there are a couple of things I don't quite check out here. And, of course, maybe I'm wrong, but if I ain't, I imagine that the goddess of retribution is going to be knocking at your doorstep.
Well,
I hate people who kill children. I realize that I can't hurt toddlers like that. Back on the sub. Ruined me, you know?
hmm.
Of all people, I should be the least interested, what's the term? Invested. Yeah. Least invested as to making sure that she survives to hurt more people like she did. What I'm saying, Seif, is that I'm worried that there's something bigger going on. Does that make sense?
I guess. Well, you got
And
nothing to
I'm
worry
worried.
about here, you know?
I don't got nothing to worry about.
Oh.
Duly noted.
Look, just because I can't forgive someone who hurt children in that way doesn't mean I did something that egregious, you know?
A little bit of red energy crackles around her fist. But it fizzles. Well, Seif, I will be very, very happy to cross-reference your broad strokes opinions. Mind if I talk with your sister, by the by? Make sure that you got ice cream and burgers around that time.
No, I don't want to get her involved in this. She's just
Why?
a kid, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Does a kid not want to do a good thing?
I don't think a kid wants to get involved with someone who's accusing their big brother of murder.
Cepheus, I like you. Not in a
Aw.
romance, oh, I'm so quirky, funny kind of way.
Hmm.
I'm interested, you know.
Hmm.
This isn't a matter of... How shall I say? I don't want you to be guilty here, but guilty till proven innocent might be a good way to put what is going through my head. So, all this to say, my dear sweet little friend,
Hmm.
thinking about it, I would like that ring very, very much.
All right.
I'll pay you double what you paid for it.
Well, give me like I don't know, like a few hours and I can get you the receipt probably. It's gonna take me a bit.
That's wonderful. May I have the ring now?
All right. Unhooks it, tosses it.
She catches it with a ungodly precision and pockets it, sliding it onto her finger, but keeping it in the pocket.
Hmm.
All right.
That it? Satisfied now?
I'd say I am.
You
It's
need
been a pleasure, Seif.
pleasure. Still need that ride set or I can understand if you don't want to after this little exchange we just had.
Yeah, I think I'll be taking the bus.
More than fair, more than fine. Well, I need to make a couple of calls and such.
And I've got to go make some calls myself. Pulls out his phone and starts texting away as he kind of just like scampers out.
Mm-hmm.
We will
Cepheus,
re-intervene. Oh, yeah?
Before you go,
Mhm.
when you were talking about, justice for the people hurt by that situation, I
Mhm.
thought, I mean, was what we were doing, were we not enacting justice?
I mean, we were, but like, did the people actually get punished in the end?
I mean, to some extent, right?
They got
I mean, it's
left
not like-
off the hook. They got, like, blacklisted from, like, their employment, and that's it. That's not justice.
But
That's getting a tiny little slap on the wrist. That's like the equivalent of, oh no, I did, like, underhanded, like, under the table work for a company, not killed children.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know. I just, like, we can't be the ones to decide what is appropriate justice, right?
I mean, if we don't, then who will?
The systems that we build.
Oh, you're still so young, you believe in those systems, huh?
Yes.
Well, you'll learn.
I don't know how to feel about that, but I don't know. Like, those people at the station could have had their own, feelings on what is whatever. You can't trust any individual person to have the right read on what is appropriate ruling on that, right?
Yeah, but in the end, none of them did anything to stop the situation, did they?
I guess, but I mean, we.
Mhm.
I thought we brought them to. I don't know. She seems to be sort of in contemplation. Like, Cepheus's words are like not computing, but like, All right. Well, I guess I just wanted to hear what you thought about that, because I don't know.
Despite whether or not Astra gets some bullshit proof, quote unquote, that I did anything, which I didn't.
Of course,
The
I trust that
point-
you didn't do anything.
See, someone believes me, thank God. Anyways, the point is, whether or not doesn't change the fact that I don't agree with them not getting proper repercussions, But hey, what can we do? We're just simple citizens of this grand system that likes to fuck people over, so you'll learn in time, kiddo.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know who's supposed to be the one to make that decision. Other than, I guess, She's just sort of thinking now. All right, I'll leave you on your way. I have a bus to catch.
Okay, well, if you ever need to reach me, DBA desk has my number.
All right. She waves Cepheus and Astra off.
Yeah, Cepheus kind of does a little mock salute to Astra. Later. I'll be back with the info.
She seems preoccupied.
And, Astra, is there anything you'd like to say?
She, waits for a minute. Then, takes out... I imagine that, Kat left her number, right? Wrote down somewhere.
Yeah.
Astra, to start off, is the ring still there?
Yeah, Cepheus gave you the ring.
Well, James, we know that doesn't necessarily mean the ring is still there, now does it?
She takes a long look and then rings up Katerina, and I want to end the scene with just a simple, small... Hello? Astra again. I know this might be a bit of a pain in the ass for a variety of reasons, but I know at least one of the ways that you can pay me back. Can you get in touch with the family folks that knew about the proposal? Because I think that I found the ring. As she looks it over again. And
All
if I
right.
did,
Hmm.
there's someone I need to have a long talk with. That's
All
all.
right. Well, on that especially juicy note, right? That's where I'd normally say we're gonna end this short story off, but there is one more thing we're gonna do.
Yippee!
The cameras are gonna cut to a different location and at a different time. A few days ago, to be exact. Ready, James?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everything is hidden.
It's on the top corner.
Okay.
It's a few days ago, Cepheus, and you've been here in this dark, now nearly empty house for a few days even before that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Cepheus, the punishment you inflict on people, both to their bodies and their souls, no matter whether they die or how much pain they might feel as you slowly, inexorably break, punish, and inflict your twisted kind of justice on someone. All of that, certainly, it's up to you. Maybe you find it fun. But regardless of that, no matter whether you're doing something for business or for pleasure, that kind of thing is never really enough for you, Cepheus. You are the type of person who, if you don't have some kind of memento, some kind of physical proof, something that you can take from someone and hold onto and hoard for yourself, then you still won't be satisfied because that physical proof of what you've done isn't there.
Mm.
You're rifling through this woman's belongings, and the camera is watching you do so, and in the background, all the camera sees is essentially just her arm and a bit of her hair sticking out from behind the tipped over desk. We don't really see the full state of her body or what might have been done. But at that point, Cepheus, your phone vibrates.
He pauses from his shuffling and snooping about to one-handed open up the phone, see what the message is.
And this is what you see.
Alright, he's gonna send a little reply.
Yep, I'm just giving it a second.
Mm-hmm. With that, he finds the ring and pockets it for later.
I think in particular, Cepheus, after you browse through this woman's honestly fairly meager belongings, she's not all that wealthy by any means, you decide to go over to the body itself to examine it again. And I think that's where you would find the ring. You would just pull it off her finger.
Wonderful.
And that's where we're gonna end it. Yay!
Yay!
Well, I see no way that Astra's plan fails. Oops!
Yay!
I have no idea how that could potentially stir the broiling pot of juice.
Not at all, not at all.
So, thank you guys very much for joining me for this. Of course, this was primarily James and his idea that created this, but we all worked together on it, and I think it was super, super good. So thank you all very much. So, everybody, if you enjoyed what you saw there, and you want to see what is going to happen next in the story, the very complicated, very, but at times very intriguing and drama-filled story of DBA, then I think you simply must join our Discord server.
It's a requirement.
We're
not asking. It is law.
It is required.
If you don't join Fine Dining, our Discord server, who knows what's gonna come of all this?
You may even end up like this.
Yeah, Cepheus may allegedly kill you.
Nothing can be proven.
Nothing can be proven, but like allegedly.
Allegedly.
Like potentially, like.
So, thank you all so much once again for doing this with me. You guys knocked it out of the park as always, and thank all of you for watching as well. Until next time, say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Get the fuck out of here.
Clean the